Okay, we're live.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahawah,
Yahawah,
Bahasham,
Bahashem,
Yahawashai,
Yahawashi,
Bahasham,
Bahashem,
QADASH.
QADASH. Double honors unto the apostles, bishops, and elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom also to the Akim, pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled birder scattered throughout the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening. To you we say shalom. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. We are the brothers from the GMS Chicago camp coming back at you with another lesson. And we're back here to update you on the current situation with all these trade wars. All right, because as you can see, that's what we're witnessing, man. All right. And the reason why us as Hebrew Israelites, why we have to pay attention to these things, to these escalations, is because real trade wars, as we're witnessing with all these tariffs, the increase on the percentage of the tariffs, all right, which when all these tariffs, what they're doing is the consumer, the daily consumer in the American public is going to suffer from the tariffs. It's going to be you, American Babylonians, that pay for everything, all the increase on the tariffs on the goods, whether they come from China or Canada, whether it be electronics, a phone, whatever it may be, food, gas. All right, these tariffs is gonna be the daily people, the regular Joe, the regular Joe Blow
Mhm.
that's actually gonna be, suffering from these tariffs, man. All right, and this in turn, what is gonna do is that these trade wars are gonna lead to real wars, man. Which
Mhm.
that brings us to this quote that the brother wants to bring out. So Lord willing, we're gonna get some scriptures and tie in the current situation that's going on in the world. And Lord willing, you brothers and sisters get edified on these current events, man. All right, because it's about to get real, man. All right. You should be on the edge of your seat paying attention to these prophecies, man, because
Right.
everything is jumping out the page, man. Literally, man. Literally. All right. Go ahead, Ak.
That's right. And we've never seen anything like this. Like, this is all unprecedented. But this is the quote right here from Frederick Bastiat. And he said, "When goods don't cross borders, soldiers will."
Mm.
You know
Hey,
what?
what is one of the main things that we talk about, that the apostles and elders would bring out more than 20, 30 years ago, man? Things that they would bring out, they would always go into how these other nations are going to start invading the United States, man. All right, you got all these different back in 2024 and 2023, you had all these rumors going around about UN soldiers, and the UN paying migrants to cross through the southern border of the United States. And then there was actual videos on TikTok where you had military aged men crossing the border with no women and children. It was just military aged men coming from Syria, coming from Russia, coming from Iraq, coming from India, coming from Pakistan, coming from China, coming from all these different places. And as you could see, man, the situation in America, especially the economic situation, what is going to cause is all these other countries are going to take advantage of the fact that America is in a weak position. Right now, what catapulted America to such a strong position as a superpower was not only the military power that it had, but it was also the economic, the dollar. The fact
Mhm.
that every other country had to do deals with the dollar, man.
That's right.
All right. And this money was being circulated worldwide, but now people worldwide are losing confidence on the strength of the dollar, man. All right. And that in turn is going to cause, like that quote, soldiers are going to start crossing borders, man. And we're bold enough to say that some of them are already here, man. All right.
Definitely.
They're definitely already here amongst the people, man. All right, shit is about to pop off, man. We're living in some beautiful times, man. Right now is not the time to be, caught up with your own bullshit, or to be doing some worldly bullshit. All right, because it says right here, Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. So knowing the time, how do we know the time? By ultimately reading the scriptures. That's how we measure the time.
I got that
You
right
see?
here.
Bible Shah, bring it out, bro.
Second Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And that's, look, man, when you start to see these signs, you know what times we're in. That's the
Con,
time when the Most High God is visiting this place. The Lord is known by his terrible works that he does to the children of men. The scriptures tell you that, man. You think the Lord is going to come down from his throne to visit the world? Nah, man. The way that the Lord visits this place is by the judgments that he brings forth, man. All right. It tells you right here in Psalm 66 and 5. It says, come and see the works of Yahawah, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men. So the Lord is very terrible in his doing. How do we know that the Lord is visiting this place? Do we see the Lord in the sky? And, obviously now we see chariots and chariots, more chariot sightings. But the way that we know the Lord is visiting this place is by the judgments and the terrible things that are happening in the world. All right. If you could keep reading in that second Ezra 9, Babu Shah,
con.
because it goes into it.
Second Ezra 9:3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Hey, so we're living in some times that have been foreshadowed from the beginning. This has been waiting to happen since the beginning, man. And now we're plainly seeing the signs happening right in front of our face. So that's when we shall well understand that
Mhm.
this is the very same time when the Most High spake of these things, even from the beginning, man. Do you see, the Lord told us these things so that when they start to happen, we don't, mine idol told me. No, it was Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi that told us these things would happen. It was Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi that told us that this devil would build up a beast system and take control of the whole world. And now we're seeing that, man. And now we see how he's trying to take control of the whole world, man. He wants to implement that MOTB. All right. And right now, what America is doing with all these tariffs, what America is doing with the increase, because the brother's about to bring out the AI overview on Chat GPT about all the tariffs that America has been putting on China. And look, man, what America is doing with all these tariffs is basically trying to repair, you know, it's trying to heal Babylon, but Babylon is not going to be healed, man. All right. Babylon is not going to be healed. These tariffs, no matter how much the increase on the tariff goes, man, it's not going to heal Babylon at all, man. America is on the downward spiral, man. All
Con,
right. And we're seeing the signs that the Lord is visiting this place, man. There's earthquakes, uproars of people in the world. I believe about a week ago or last week, there was all these protests all
yep.
across America against Trump and Elon Musk. All right. So all these uproars of people in the world, you got an increase of earthquakes, which is happening at a huge volume. All right, it's not a coincidence that all these earthquakes are happening, man. You had a 7.7 earthquake that happened in Myanmar. All right, it killed about, I forgot what the
I
death
think it
toll
was like
was, but
3,000. Let me see.
yeah, bro, like it was a lot. And look, that's not a small number, man. That's literally souls that got put to death and got sent back to the Heavenly Father, man. All right, like they thought they,
3,300 lives, Salakia.
man. Go ahead, I'll read it, Babuksha,
It
because we got to
says,
bring this out, man. These are
Con,
the things that are happening in the world, and this combined with the tariffs, man. We know we're at the end, bro. How the fuck can you see this and then just keep going on about your life as if nothing is happening in the world? So much is happening right now, man. Right now is not the time to be caught up with the world, but lock in through the spirit, man. It is high time to awake out of sleep. Our salvation is nearer than when we believed, man. And that was written 2,000 years ago. So how much more now that we're seeing these things happen, man, in real time? Every day you wake up, there's a new headline that adds on to, you know, it like brings the scriptures to life even more. It's like, wow, man, we're really here, bro. We're really fucking here, man. If you could read it out.
Khan, this says from care.org, you know, the report on the situation. It says, you know, talking about the devastation in Myanmar. And then right here in the article says over 3,300 lives have been lost, more than 5,000 people injured, and over 300 remain missing. This disaster has affected more than 17 million people, you know?
Look, man, that's crazy when you really think about it. 5,000, over 5,000 people have been injured, 300 remain missing. You got to think about that, how that affects, you know, the economy and stuff right there, man. That's 300 people that are not reporting to their jobs. 5,000 people that are injured. So guess what? They got to go to the hospital, deal with all these hospital bills, which they probably can't fucking afford. All right. Look, the Lord is visiting this place, bro. The Lord is disquieting the fucking world, man. Not only the inhabitants of Babylon, but the Lord is visiting this place, man. With the earthquakes, the uproars of people in the world, man. Everything that's happening is not a coincidence, and you better fucking pay attention if you claim that you're in the truth, man. Because if you claim that you're in the truth, but you're not paying attention to the escalation of all these things going on in a large volume, and you're not reporting on it, man, what the fuck are you doing with your time? What are you doing right now, man? There's so much happening, man. And then, matter of fact, could you bring out the breakdown on the tariff sock with the
I got it right
100%
here.
Bible shop, bro? Because that's gonna piss off a lot of people. Right now, a lot of people, you see, right now, a lot of people from 2020, fast forward to 2025, people have been losing houses, losing jobs. They've had to, you know, reshape their life, so to speak, to keep up with the current economic problems that are happening in America. There's people with 2, 3 jobs. They could barely afford. Some of these people are living in their cars, man. So just to bring that out, as the brother reads, you know, right when he's about to read this, man, because this is fucking crazy. And when people start to really, you know, start to suffer these tariffs and the increase of the goods that they're gonna have to pay with their own fucking money, that's when these people look, man. Just Baba Shot, go into it, but bro.
And this is just the update from April 2025. So this is a reciprocal tariff policy, man. So everything, it's escalatory. We put a tariff on you. Oh, we're gonna put one back. Oh, we're gonna increase it. Now we're gonna increase it. So basically, there was a 10% baseline tariff in April 2nd, including a 34% on China. Then China retaliated with 34% back on April 4th. Then on April 7th, Trump increased it to 50%, you know, and then on April 8th, which was yesterday, the U.S. put additional tariffs on China of over 104%. And then China, yeah, so it's over 100% tax, man, tariff. And then it says on April 9th, China responded by increasing to 84%.
Bro, that's insane, bro. 84%. 104% on Chinese imports. That means that when we import anything from China, which America imports a lot of things, man.
Everything.
Baba Shah, bro, can you look up how much imports America, you know, how many, you know, imports America does on their goods, if you can?
Yeah.
Because America damn near imports everything, man. A large majority of their goods is probably most likely more than 50%, man. All right. And so you Americans, your day-to-day lives depend on these imports. They depend on, you know, transporting these goods, bringing them into the country, you know, and then finally they go on your shelves, man. You know, there's a fucking process to you actually buying your bullshit, bro. All right. These people have to go import it to the United States. Guess what? Then when they go in the ports, they have to pay the guys in the ports. Then the dude that fucking takes the goods, he has to get a percentage, all right? And then he drops off the goods, and then finally, you, the American consumer, the public, it's you that is paying the tariff, man. All right?
It says in last year, the United States imported approximately 438 billion worth of goods from China alone, and that's increasing from the previous years. You know, so we're heavily reliant on China, man. Everyone knows everything is made in China, you know. And then it says, so that's 13% of what we import as Americans.
Damn.
You know,
Can you read some of those what it says right there? Because it says, would you ask it?
I said, what would happen if we lost access to China? And it said,
All right, Babasha, read that, bro.
yeah, it says losing access to Chinese imports would have significant repercussions for the United States, affecting various sectors in the broader economy. So it says consumer goods shortages and price increases because China is a major supplier. It says impact on manufacturing and supply chains. U.S. manufacturers rely on Chinese components and raw materials. So even the rare they did a rare earth metal ban. So they're keeping all those rare earth metals to themselves. And at the end of the day, that's what you truly need to build all this technology and all this infrastructure. You need those precious metals, man, like the silver, the copper, you know, so on and so forth. And the United States imports all of that. You know what I mean? So, and then it says inflationary pressures. So more inflation, everything getting more expensive, the US dollar rapidly losing its value every day, constantly. Economic slowdown, job losses, global trade disruptions. So all of this is going to result from the current trade war back and forth that's going on between the United States and China.
Damn, bro. And this, in turn, is going to lead to a real war, man. And then on top of that, too, on the soils of America, there's going to be a civil war, man. These people are going to be fighting one against another, man. All right?
Can I bring this
like,
up?
Babuksha, bring it out, bro.
Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Mm-hmm.
It says, so for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power.
Man, and that's so, like, you got to really think about it. Why are they not going to regard their kings nor their princes? It's their kings. It's Trump and all this current administration that in the eyes of these people, they voted for this man. But now they're seeing and suffering at the hands of this man, the cruel Lord that is spoken of in Isaiah, the 19th chapter, which is Donald Trump. Now they're suffering at the hands of this devil, and they're going to suffer even more as these tariffs start to increase. So what do you think these people are going to do? You think they're going to regard what the fuck Trump got to say? What the fuck Elon Musk and the anybody in that administration, you really think these people are going to consider what the fuck this devil got to say on the TV? If their family hasn't eaten in 1 fucking week, they can't afford bread because bread is imported from China and that shit costs like fucking, I don't know, $50, man. All right? Or however fucking much it costs, man. Because as these goods start to increase and everything starts to go up in price, your salary at work is not gonna increase.
Right.
All right, you're not gonna start getting paid more, and you know, so you could afford the price of whatever's being sold to you. That's not gonna happen, man. As these prices start to go up, your pay and your wage is gonna stay the same. You're essentially gonna be paying more for everything, man. Whether it be a new phone, a new car, all right. Everybody fucking wants that new iPhone every fucking year. All right. There be hoes out here with the new iPhone every single year, man. All right.
You can't have that without China
Yeah, you can't have that without China. Hey,
at all.
They were bringing it out on the Bishop live show on Sunday that a lot of the microchip technology comes from China, man. All right. So right there, a lot of the software, a lot of the way that the phones are developed, and all the raw materials, the gold, the technology, the electronics, all the raw materials that you need for those things is going to cost more to not only build it but to import it to the United States. And then finally, when it gets on the shelves, you people are going to be paying anywhere from, see, you already pay $1,000 for an iPhone. Now you're going to be looking at 2,000,
Right.
3,000, however much, this tariff is gonna affect, U.S. goods, man.
Right. Because who's
So,
paying for this 104%?
man,
That
that's
someone's
insane,
got
bro.
to cover that.
That's
You know what I
fucking
mean?
insane, bro.
So,
We're literally seeing the like in real time, we're seeing the downfall of America day by day, man.
uh,
It's so beautiful to witness, man. Because let me get this real quick, man. Because right now is not the time for you to be all sad and, oh my god, everything's getting expensive and you're fucking complaining because everything. Look, man, you should be happy that these things are happening, that this fucking wicked ass kingdom that was set up by Esau Edom is falling apart right in front of our face. And you should thank the Lord that we're witnessing it and that we have the understanding through the scriptures to actually understand what really is happening in real time, man. You shouldn't
yeah.
be sad right now, man. This is Luke 10 and 24. It says, "For I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them." So you should really feel privileged for the position that we're in. We're being made privy to the mysteries of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. And not only that, but many prophets and kings have desired this, to see the things which we now see. Everything that we're seeing play out, the earthquakes, the uproars of people in the world, everybody turning on Babylon. All right, because every brother, we're tired of fucking Babylon the Great. We're tired of this place. All right, but as tired as we are, we must understand that this is the Lord's show, and we must be still and know that He is God, and that He is going to be exalted among the heathen, and He will be exalted in the earth. And knowing and understanding that ultimately this is the Lord's movie is going to happen as it is written, and it's going to be a process of time on of how it happens, an escalation of everything happening, by prophecy as it is written, man. All right, because before the destruction comes, guess what? The MOTB has to be implemented. All right, there has to be that escalation for people actually to be invading one another and for there to be sedition among men. All right, right now as I'm making this lesson, I could see my neighbors, them walking their dogs, people taking their groceries, walking them inside their crib. The tree is still green, man. All
Mm-hmm.
right, but we have to get to the level where, you know, our neighbors are literally trying to, break into your fucking house, man. That's gonna happen. It's gonna get to that level where people are gonna fucking lose it and have nothing to lose, and they're gonna go and break inside your crib, man. Then it has to escalate into what? Civil war, people fighting and shit, man. And then what? World War III is gonna come. All right, all these things have to escalate to that level, man. Nothing can, you know, how do I put it? Like one thing can't skip the other, man. Everything is happening by measure because the Lord measured the times. All right, it says right here, Second Ezra 4:37. By measure has he measured the times, and by number has he numbered the times, and he does not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. All right. So until the said measure be fulfilled, the Lord is not going to stir up the times. Everything has to be fulfilled because he has measured everything.
God.
Everything is happening prophetically by what the Lord. All right, this is the time for this prophecy. This is the time for that prophecy. All right. And right now what we're seeing, is the effect of every vision taking place, man. All right, these scriptures are jumping out the page, so we know that we're at the end, because it tells us in Habakkuk the 2nd chapter that at the end it shall speak and not lie. And that's what we're witnessing. That's what we're seeing, man. All right. And ultimately, these trade wars, what these trade wars are doing, um, it's bringing Revelation 17 and 16 to life, man. All right. Could you get that Habakkuk the 2nd chapter real
I got
quick,
it right
Doc?
here.
Because right now, what we're seeing is we're seeing these countries that were allied with America starting to hate America with all the decisions that this current administration is doing, which speaks to Revelation, the 17th chapter, which Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, told us that at the end, this vision would be speaking, man. All right, so Babakshah, could you start at verse 1, Ak?
Yes, sir. Habakkuk 2 and 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Right, and starting with the apostles and elders, all right, Apostle Tahar, all right, he's been doing this for over 40 plus years, man. The apostles, all right, they've been doing this for a very long time. Apostle Ramlab, Apostle Gabar, Apostle RAWCHAA, the bishops, the elder bishops, man. All right, our elders right here in the Chicago camp. All right, and one thing that they've done in laboring in the word is that they've made this vision plain upon tables, man. They've exactly, broke it down verse by verse. They've made it
Dividing.
right. They've made it plain unto you so that you could understand it. All right. Because the Lord has raised up men through the Spirit that have the real true breakdown of what this word actually means. All right. And the truth is going out, is being made plain upon tables so that you that read it, you may run with it. And right now is the time to be running with this, man. All right. Right now is the time to be, you know, getting this truth while it's hot, because the famine of the word is coming, man. All right. The famine of the word is gonna be one of the, one of the things that happen at the end, where that you people are gonna realize, like, damn, I should have taken this truth serious. Now they're not, the prophets are not out there. All right. But right now that these, we're still prophesying, we're still out there going on the highways and byways, and we're still pushing the word. You got to get it while it's hot, man. All right.
To quote the beloved Elder Uriah, last call for spiritual alcohol.
That's right.
You know?
Last call for spiritual alcohol, man. You better get this wine, man, because it says, matter of fact, it tells you in Proverbs the 9th chapter that wisdom has mingled her wine. All right. So, if you're not being fed, if you're not, Babakshab, you could start at verse 1, bro, because, if you're not being fed, it's because you're not, it's because you don't really want to. There's more than enough food being served daily, man. Constant, brothers constantly blowing the trumpet, constant World War III updates, constant news and prophecy, constantly going into the MOTB, constantly exhorting videos, right? So this wisdom, all right, Babakshah, start at verse 1, bro.
Khan, it says wisdom's invitation, Proverbs 9 and 1. Wisdom hath builded her house. She hath hewn out her 7 pillars. It says she hath killed her beasts. She had mingled her wine. She
Right.
had
So this is a perfect. It got the 7 pillars. Those are the foundations, man. All right. It has it furnished the table. It mingled the wine. It killed the beasts. You got more than enough food to eat here, man. All right. You got the apostles and elders constantly bringing out the scriptures, going into the breakdowns, man. All right. Wisdom has mingled her wine. Wisdom has killed her beast. It prepared a whole table for you, so that you could eat, man. If you could keep reading, Baba Kasha.
Khan, it says verse 3. She had sent forth her maidens. She crieth upon the highest places of the city.
Right, and that's the prophets, man.
Right.
The Lord has sent forth her maidens. And what does a maiden do when the feast is ready? They serve. So what are we doing here? The prophets, the maidens, have been sent out by the Lord to serve you, to bring you this word, to serve you the food that is ready, to serve you the mingled wine. so that you could be fed, and your soul could be nourished with this understanding, man. All right, so that you could ultimately, grow and have faith in these last days, man, because this wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of our times
Mm-hmm.
and strength of salvation. This is the true treasure, having the fear of the Lord, understanding this word, and glorying in the fact that you understand this, man. All right, because that's what the Lord really wants to see, man. And this wisdom, look, the Lord has commanded us to go out there on the highways and byways and to cry upon the highest places of the city, man. So if you say you've never heard this, you're a fucking liar, man. This truth has gone viral, man. And at this point, if you haven't taken the responsibility of really knowing what this is about, you're gonna face the judgment and you're gonna pay for your indifference, man. All right,
Right.
because this truth, you have to take the responsibility of being fully persuaded and really finding out what it's about, not scoffing and mocking it. All of these, the prophets being out there, that's a sign for you, man, for you Israelites, man. All right, like it says in Ezekiel, I am your sign. We're your sign. And if you don't pay attention to that, you're gonna be smoked when America crashes. When all these goods, you start paying for all these goods, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Why everything's so expensive and this? Why is people going crazy? Why the fuck? You're not gonna have no fucking answer, man, because you never paid attention. All right? Can you keep reading in that Proverbs, bro?
Proverbs 9:4. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him, Come, eat of my bread, and drink of the wine which I have mingled.
Right. So if you want understanding, that word want means to lack.
Mm-hmm.
So if you lack understanding, wisdom is inviting you, come and eat, come get this understanding, come get this mingled wine, come get this beasts, come eat of this bread, which ultimately represents the truth. All right, the truth is always associated with wine, all right, bread, water, meat,
Oil.
oil, right, milk, okay. So why do you think all those things, they're what nourish you? Which really what needs to be nourished is your soul. Your soul is hungry for this, man. And if you don't feed it the proper necessary truth, all right, because the truth, what it does is you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you
Make you
free.
free.
And the truth quickens you, man. The truth raises you up back to life. It returns unto you the right way, the way of everlasting. This is the truth. All right. And to water Yahawah for Yahawashi, because without Yahawashi, we wouldn't have access to this grace period and this truth, man. All right.
Right.
It's because of Yahawashi that we are now back standing upon our feet, proclaiming the faith in Yahweh Basham Yahawashi and bringing out this word, man. All right. So get it while it's hot, man. Right now is not the time to be tweaking and going into the world and being caught up with the ways of this world, man. Fuck these niggas, man. Fuck these people in the world. Fuck this shit. These people are about to fucking burn, man. Why
Con.
the fuck are you with people that are about to fucking burn, man? Why? For what, bro? What the fuck do those people gotta offer you, man? Don't be around those people, man. Could you read Isaiah 55:1 real quick, bro?
Con. Isaiah.
Because man, the Lord prepared a table for us before our enemies, man. We're eating right in front of Esau, eat them in the whole world, man. We're being fed by the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi in front of our enemies, and these niggas can't do shit, man. They can't stop this truth, man. And when the famine of the word comes, that's gonna be because of the Lord, not because of Esau, man. That's gonna be because the prophecy is gonna have to be fulfilled, man. All right? Not because of bitch ass Esau, man. This is gonna stop when the Lord decides to stop it, man. When the Lord says it's time for famine of the word, man. All right, but until then, you better get it while it's hot, man. All right.
It says Isaiah 55:1. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price.
And that represents the truth. All right, we're telling you, come buy without money and without price. You can't put a price on this, man. All right. All these other guys, they try to sell you breakdowns. They try to, you know, sell you the truth, sell you certain things, but that's not what we're supposed to be doing. Yahushua said, freely you have received and freely give. Okay. So as we have been freely given this truth, now we have to freely give it out. Bob, shall I read that?
That Matthew?
Yeah.
Matthew 10 and 8. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. It says, freely you have received, freely give.
Mm-hmm. That's plain. You don't gotta break that down, man. That's easy to be understood, man. Okay. So come buy this wine and milk without money and without price. Come get this truth, man. Get it while it's hot. All right. It says, can you read verse 2, Babakshah?
It says, Isaiah 55 and 2. Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? It says, hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness.
Right. And what is that which is good? This word. All right. The scriptures tell you drink water out of your own cisterns. All right. So you have to come and eat that which is good. Drink that which is good. Drink the mingled wine that is good. Eat the bread that is good. Eat the food that is good. Drink the water that is good. And all of that comes from the word, man. Eat that which is good and let your soul delight itself in fatness. Delight yourself in the truth. Delight yourself in getting the word, getting the next breakdown, getting the next the next breakdown for the revelation, the next understanding for the book of Daniel, the next, increasing in that, man, and delighting your soul in fatness and just ultimately growing in the understanding of this word, man. How can you not be hungry for that, man? Seeing that all this shit is about to fall apart, and we have the greatest gift that we could ever be given, the word of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and the understanding with it, man. All right, that's why Yahweh said, labor not for the meat which perisheth. Let me get it real quick. It says right here in John, let me see, can you look that scripture up real quick, the one that
Yeah.
says labor not. Oh, I got it right here. The water Yahweh Shemi Shai. This is John 6 and 27. It says, labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which is the truth. All right, the Lord is basically telling you to not labor for the meat which is going to perish. Don't labor for the things of this world. Don't labor for a corruptible crown. Don't labor for anything of, of this, current evil present world. All right, the fashion of this world and this world is going to perish as we know it. So you're supposed to, you know, labor for the meat which is going to endure unto everlasting life. You're supposed to fight for the truth, carry your cross, fight for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, strive for the truth unto death. That's laboring for the meat that does not perish, putting presenting your body as a living sacrifice, man, suffering for the truth's sake. All right. It says, let me read it from the top. John 6 and 27, labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you, for him has God the Father sealed. All right. And the Lord said that he stands at the door and knocks. He that will listen, he will come in and sup with you. So if you actually, you know, when the Lord is knocking on your door, which is your mind, and you open the door and you let the Lord in your life, the Lord is gonna sup with you, man. He's gonna give you understanding of this word. He's gonna give you that increase. All right, which that's that labor that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, because these are the holy scriptures which are able to make you wise unto salvation. And why, you got to ask yourself, why would the Lord give us all this wisdom at the end of the days? Why would the Lord give us all this understanding, all these scriptures, all these breakdowns at the end of the days, man? Why? So that us, at the end of days, while the whole world is covered in gross darkness, we have the light. We have the holy scriptures, which are making us wise unto salvation, so that we walk in this world that's covered in gross darkness. As we see Babylon the Great collapsing, as we see the world and everything else caving in, we have the light. We have the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in the midst of this gross darkness, man. We have we have the ultimate weapon, man. We have the truth, bro. The Lord armed us with the light, man. While everybody else does not know what the fuck is going on, man. They see these tariffs, they see these earthquakes, they see these uproars of people in the world, they see the world caving in on them, but they don't know how the fuck to respond to it because they don't know what's going on. They don't know how to, explain the problem or articulate or really break down what the fuck is really going on. There's so much, but the only ones that are linking it up and making you understand what's going on is the prophets, man. We're
God,
linking it up with the scriptures and showing you this is what the word of God said. We're showing you that at the end it shall speak and not lie. It's
God,
speaking loud and clear right in front of your face, man. All right.
God. Like the elder Yashawamba always says in his videos, going through news and current events to show the hopeful elect that the words written in the scriptures are faithful and true,
That's right.
roughly paraphrasing. So everything just reflects, and the prophets are the only ones who have that understanding. The rest of the world is in that gross darkness. They're not going to have that stability when these times soon come, man.
And they're fastly approaching, man, because all these tariffs, what they're gonna do, man, they're gonna really speed up the downfall of America. All right, because a lot of countries they're already tired of America's the way that they're bullying the world, and they're about to get tired of America, man. All
They're
right,
going to burn her with fire.
you're right. If you could get that Revelation 17, bro, because
Con,
everything is lining up prophetically to this scripture is coming to life right in front of our face right now, man. All right.
I got to read this, Ak, and I actually got to get on this call at 12 for work. So I
Okay,
got,
come.
but I'm going to read this. Lord willing, we could close it out. Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
Right, and those 10 horns represent the EU nations, man. All right, the European Union nations, man, which these nations, all right, they're starting to respond with their own tariffs as well. They're starting to ultimately retaliate against their biggest ally, which is America. All right. You see, after World War II, what really catapulted America to this position of power was the NATO and the EU allies that it made after World War II, which that whole organization was created to fight against the growing Russian Empire. All right. The Russian aggression and all ultimately the Soviet Union, which that's what it was known at the time. All right. So America, through that power system that it built, all these European nations, they were in good case with America. All right. They were doing trades, deals, making money, so on and so forth. But now that relationship has grown sour. Now these 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. They're starting to hate America because America is that whore. And that whore is riding upon the beast, that scarlet colored beast. All right. And now these nations, these allies that are quote unquote used to be good with America, they're starting to hate this country. They're starting to put tariffs on this country. And it's ultimately going to result, as we said in the beginning of the lesson, in a real war. It's going to result in them shooting missiles on America. That's what that last part of the scripture means, that they're going to burn her flesh with fire. It's going to result in the destruction of Babylon the Great, as the will of the Father of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, as he pronounced through his holy prophets, man. We're seeing that play out in real time, man. If you could read that out, I know you got that article.
This one right here, yeah,
Yeah,
it says taxing times. The ten horns, the EU nations. It says the EU slaps US with 25% revenge tariff on list of items and makes new appeal to Trump after China's 84% tax and travel warning.
hey, so as you can see, man, we're seeing this scripture come to life. We're seeing how the Lord, we're seeing now how these 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, we're now seeing how they're hating the horde. We're seeing how the relationship is growing more sour by the day, by the week, by the month. All right, and it's bringing the destruction of Babylon the Great closer and closer, man. All right. So with that, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson, and you brothers and sisters were, ultimately edified and exhorted, and ultimately, educated on the current events that are happening right now worldwide. That is ultimately is biblical prophecy, man. And we must stay focused because we're on a mission, and that mission is salvation. And Lord willing, if we want to get out this place, man, we got to cleave unto Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI in these last days by listening to the prophets, man, following proper counsel, following what the scriptures say, really, meditating on this word and really being, locked into prophecy, being locked in, man. All right, because we're at the end. All right, so Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
BAHASHAM,
Yahawashi,
Yahawashi, BAHASHAM,
Bahashem,
QADASH.
Yahawadah,
Double honors unto the apostles, bishops, and elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom and Abba Baba.
Abba, Shalom, Shalom, Akim,
Shalom, Makia, Washmi, Shabrakta.
Washington, Shabbat.